In 1952, Vladimirovich Putin was born in Leningrad, Russia, on the 7th day in October. Putin grew up as a simple man in a simple home. He was a normal individual with a regular family. His mother, Maria Shelomova, who married his father when both were at the age of 17, was reportedly a good and generous person, and she would make stuffed buns with meat, rice, and cabbage alongside curd tart. Putin considered this meal to be quite tasty. Maria discouraged her son from participating in Judo, a sport he liked and played during his free time. However, she relented in her bid to stop him when she realized that Putin got success stories about the sport he so much loved. This was reported to be so by his coach when he came to visit the parents of Putin and encouraged them to let him keep at the game. It was also reported that in high school, Putin didn't measure up in his grades and was quite a latecomer and somewhat a troublemaker. However, in spite of it all, his teachers saw potentials in him and decided to help him get better. She was determined to make him unique and stand out from every other boy his age. We won't be surprised if Putin sent her flowers years to come because her efforts turned out well. As a result of his teacher Vera Gruvich's effort, Putin began to improve his grades and began to have a better outlook towards life. The change became rapid in the 6th grade as Putin began to realize that he needed to buckle up to become significant in this life. After studying law at Leningrad State University, the first place he ever worked was at the KGB as an intelligence officer. He worked there till 1990. As at the time of his retirement, he was a lieutenant colonel. Putin got married to Lyudmila Putina in July 1983. She said this of him, and I quote, "There was something about Vladimir that attracted me. 3 or 4 months later, I already knew that this was the man I needed." They stayed married until 2013. They had 2 children, daughters, together. Although it was alleged that Putin had a girlfriend at some point who bore another daughter for him, this allegation is yet to be proven officially. Lyudmila would agree that Putin loved his daughters very much and that he spoiled them. Although Putin was a very powerful and public figure, he was a personal person to the core. He strived to make his personal life private in all ramifications, and he never allowed media to get a view of his family more than he wanted them to. He was quoted to have said, "I have a private life in which I do not permit interference. It must be respected." He fought the media severally, ensuring that whatever article that wasn't favorable to him was taken down. Over the years, he shielded his wife and daughters from the spotlight of the media and the scrutiny of the public. This holds no wonder why the allegation about his daughter, who was born by his alleged girlfriend, never saw the light of day, even though it was fiercely rumored with pictures to prove that he had a daughter out of wedlock. This has even instigated the question as to if he had children in the first place, because it became a wonder why a family man would carry his children away from the spotlight so vehemently. It was also rumored that at some point Putin's daughters were removed from school and taught from home when their father became the acting president. However, the then Russian president Boris Yeltsin removed the serving prime minister and gave Putin his position. After his term as prime minister, upon the intention of Yeltsin to resign, Putin became the acting president of Russia in 1999. More luck came upon Putin when he was elected to be president of Russia in 2000. And ended his tenure in 2008. Now, you won't think that Vladimir Putin had seen enough of the presidency and would take a break, but that wasn't to be. He desired to run for presidency again in 2008, but he couldn't, so he opted to be prime minister instead. However, who can stop a determined man from achieving his goal? Being a prime minister certainly opened doors to go into the presidency again, and Putin was not the type to let go of such opportunity. In 2012, he was yet again elected to be president for the 3rd time. You will think that this was the last strike until when, on the 7th of May 2018, Russia had the 4th inauguration of Putin yet again as president of Russia. Interesting. 1 man, 4 terms. Currently, Putin sits as the incumbent president of Russia until his 6th-year term is over. In 2012, when he stopped the U.S. citizens from adopting Russian children, it didn't go down well with the parents who had already reached the last adoption phase. 50 children were affected by this law, which made it seem like it was an extreme measure. Russia's relationship with the United States became affected as a result of this act. To make matters worse, Putin allowed Edward Snowden to stay in Russia. This was a wanted man in the United States of America because he was accused of leaking information that was termed as classified by the National Security Agency. This made Barack Obama, who was the then president, cancel a meeting that was scheduled to hold with Putin. As if that wasn't enough, Putin brought up laws that were clearly against gay movements, which ruffled the feathers of a lot of people, furthering pissing them off. These laws made it impossible for intending gay couples to get married in Russia. This led to a fierce protest internationally. Can you believe this was the same man that became a nominee for Nobel Peace Prize in 2004? Could there be something that he wasn't doing right, regardless of all his reforms that seem to keep upsetting people? Vladimir brings mixed feelings in the minds of many people. Inasmuch as his policies were frowned on by many, he remains greatly honored, admired, and respected. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other interesting videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.